Why is there war and conflict? Is a very complex question. Each war has its own reason for happening. However, after one analyzes all of our readings throughout the year, many similarities are seen. The main reasons for war and conflict are fear, desire, and acts of war. The main reason why there is conflict and war is fear. Many of the conflicts in our world happen out of fear. This can be fear of many things. This could be fear of losing power, or fear of a possible threat. In the late 1000s, Pope Urban II was afraid. He was afraid that the Byzantines posed a major threat to his world. He was so afraid that he called a meeting of all the church leaders. This meeting took place in France. In the meeting, he asked for all Christians to put aside their differences and unite for the greater good. He called for people to join the Crusades. There are more examples of war and conflict being done out of fear. In World War I, Germany thought the United States was smuggling weapons to the Allies. So out of fear, they sunk an American ship, the RMS Lusitania. And while today we know that it did have weapons on it, that fact was left up to debate at the time. And over 120 innocent civilians were killed. Germany was afraid that the United States was assisting the Allies in smuggling them weapons. This scared Germany, so out of fear they destroyed the American ship. The second main cause of war and conflict is desire. This desire is usually desire for power. People who do not have power want it, and in their opinion, one of the quickest ways to get it is to use violence. In order for them to gain power, they might attack a civilization and injure the civilians. We see a perfect example of this in ancient India. In 262 BC, in the Maurya Empire, the emperor at the time, Ashoka, died. He had many sons, but since he died young, there was no plan for who was going to be the ruler next. The reason that many of the wars back then begun was because the rulers wanted power, and they did not want to share this power. In this instance, the son of Ashoka would fight over the power, resulting in a weak civilization that was vulnerable to attack. This constant fighting over power actually led to the downfall of the Maurya civilization. The third and final cause of war and conflict is an act of war. Sometimes there are examples of violence that are for the sole purposes of causing as much death as possible. We see this during World War I in the Battle of Verdun. The sole purpose of the Battle of Verdun was to kill as many French people as possible. Over 400,000 French people died in this battle. This mass slaughter of the French was not random. It was an act of war. This was designed to scare the opponent. In conclusion, the three main causes of war are fear, desire, and as an act of war. While each war has its own cause, many wars can fall under this category.